Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurs from all over the world, please make welcome the truth guy, Mr. Home-Based Business himself. The man of the hour, everyone's favorite, Kerry Miller.
And good evening, man. This week is already flying by. Thanksgiving is going to be here before you know it. The turkey's going to be in the oven and all the trimmings. I cannot wait. I love Thanksgiving. Obviously, you can tell I like to eat. But we are excited to start wrapping this week up and go into the holiday season. And I just want to remind you, I said last night we wouldn't be here because of it's Christmas on Thursday. We won't be here Thursday because we're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving with our family. But we will be back next Monday without question. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. Very special guest tomorrow night. Wednesday night we will be having Dina Elliott Boyd, entrepreneur / realtor, on tomorrow night. I'm very excited to have her on. I've literally watched her growth. I've known her for years, but I've been watching her growth from just going to work every day through her getting her real estate license and doing that stuff. And so it's I love entrepreneurs, and that's what this show's all about. So with that said, if you'd like to come on our show on a Wednesday night entrepreneur spot, we'd love to have you. You'll have to excuse me. I have literally been recording all day long. I've been in the studios for the last 3 days. Just a lot going on here trying to wrap up for the end. But tonight we're going to talk about our 3 topics is you don't lose, you learn. Okay? You don't fail, you create opportunities. You create your own solutions by overcoming life's problems. So, and some of you heard me talk about, hey, if you quit, you fail. If you don't follow through, you fail. And on the first couple of series, I'm a big. You're not a failure. You're a winner if you learn from your mistakes and if you learn from where you failed at. But if you fail and you don't learn anything and you don't pick yourself up by the collar, dust off your pants, get on about your business, then guess what? You failed. I mean, if you don't learn anything from walking against a glass window, and I see this on YouTube and Facebook all the time where people were literally walking to a glass door 2 or 3 times before they finally find the exit. You got to learn the first time, stick your hand out and find the exit if you just cannot see, if the glass is that clear. But you have to learn from your mistakes. You have to learn from failing. You have to learn from falling. You have to pick yourself up because whether you believe it or not, it's going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. I don't care how prepared you are. I don't care what you do to get ready. I don't care how many people you surround yourself with. I don't care how much advice you get. When you launch and when you get to that point, you're going to look back and you're going to say, God, man, I did not remember to do X, Y, Z. And I've told myself 1,000 times to do X, Y, Z, and I didn't. Why? Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because we get so caught up and so wrapped up that we forget. I've been doing this a long time. I forget all the time. And I'll get to a point of where I'm at, and next thing you know, it's like, God, I can't go any further because I forgot. But I learned from that mistake. I take a lot of notes. I look at a lot of stuff. And I make sure that I learn from that. I'm going to tell you, I have created a lot of opportunities from failing because I see where others are failing and I say, wait a minute. I've done that over and over and over and never figured out the solution. But when I'm watching other people, I look at the opportunities that are before me and I say, let me fix their problem. Let me fix my problem because they're having the same issue. So as we go through tonight, and I want you to get your pencil and paper when we go on break here, and I want you to think about this. You're not a loser. You're not a failure. And there's always solutions to every problem if you just put it that way and think about it that way. We'll be back here in about 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Love you. Talk to you in a bit.
Thank you for being a part of the Truth Guy broadcast. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at KerryMillerTV. And of course, listen to the Truth Guy podcast on the go at thetruthguypodcast.com. And now welcome back your host, Mr. Home-Based Business himself, the Truth Guy, Kerry Miller.
Okay, and welcome back. And hey, do not forget to follow us on social media. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook at KerryMillerTV. You know, whichever platform you're looking at right now, follow us on the other platforms. That way you don't miss. And most importantly, don't miss out on our podcast channel, thetruthguypodcast.com, thetruthguypodcast.com. You'll be glad you did. We place our videos on there. What we do is we take these, we repurpose these, and we put our podcast out there so that when you're driving down the road, you have the opportunity to listen to that. So let's talk about point one. You don't lose, you learn. I loved track growing up. I couldn't run a 16th of a mile now. But I loved track growing up, and I hated to lose. I hated to lose so bad, I made sure that every event I was in, I knew without a shadow of a doubt I would win. If it was 440 or less, okay, I knew I could win. I knew I was fast enough that I worked at it every day. I knew that my times were where they needed to be. Nobody could beat me. Until finally, I lost. And I was like, man, I was devastated. You know, I lost at something I was good at. I lost. I was a loser. You know, second place is the first loser. I don't care how you look at it. I know we live in this PC world and all that stuff, but I don't care what you say. If you come in second, you did not win. You know, we congratulate those that come in second and 15th and 100th, but if you didn't come in first, you did not win the event. You did not win where you're at. But what you have to do from that, and this is what I did, and I'll never forget this. I drove all the way home, sitting in the passenger seat, sulking because I lost. And then when I got home, I was sitting in my bedroom because I didn't want to come out. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to do anything because I labeled myself a loser. And then I started thinking about it. You know what I stopped doing? I stopped preparing. And I realized that, hey, you know what? I hadn't run in a couple of weeks. I hadn't been on a track. I hadn't clocked my times. I didn't do any of that. And then I realized that I have to learn from my mistake of stopping what I was doing and being in the place that I was at in order to win. And everything is a race. You have to look at it that way. Everything is a competition. It's not a competition with others. It's a competition with yourself. And what you have to realize is if you don't want to lose, every time something goes wrong, every time you deviate from what is working, you have to learn from that moment. If you actually learn, then you're not a loser at all. It was an educational experience that taught you something to teach you to get to the next place that you need to go in order to be successful. Now, if you don't learn, if I would have went home and I would have sulked and I'd have gave up and I'd have quit and I said, I'm not going to race anymore because I'm no good, I'm a loser now. You know, I love winning. Entrepreneurs love winning. Salespeople who have that entrepreneurial spirit and go for it and create their own income, they love winning. Period. No questions. They want to win. They want to bring home the 6-figure incomes a year. They want to increase their incomes to 7 figures. They want to create the next 8-figure windfall. But if you quit, if you don't learn from the mistakes along the way, you'll never get past 4 figures. Why? Because you keep hitting the same roadblock. You keep hitting the same wall. You keep tripping over the same stone. And you don't realize that, hey, you got to go beyond the wall. You got to walk around the wall. You got to quit falling down. And when you fall down, you pick yourself up. If the stone is in the way, you move the stone or go around. You learn from those experiences. And I tell you, if you will listen to those simple things, you will continue to move forward and continue to do great things. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. I'll see you then. Hey, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for being a part of the Truth Guide broadcast. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at KerryMillerTV. And of course, listen to the Truth Guide podcast on the go at thetruthguidepodcast.com. And now welcome back your host, Mr. Home-Based Business himself, the Truth Guy, Kerry Miller.
All right, we spent some time there talking about learning from our losses, picking up the pieces, moving forward, and doing the things that we're supposed to do, being a part of the solution and not a part of the problem. You see, we can become a part of our own problem because we won't get out of our own way. And when we don't get out of our own way, we can never move forward. So always learn from your losses. Put it down in writing. Do it on the storyboard like we talked about yesterday. Write it out. Make it happen. Do the things you have to do to continue to move forward. Number 2, we're going to talk about tonight, you don't fail. You create opportunities. Now you say, well, Kerry, you just told me the other day that I'm a failure if I don't move forward, if I quit. Well, then you did fail. I'm not saying don't stop. I'm not saying, I'm not telling you to stop. I'm not saying drop everything that you had, your dreams were about. Don't get away from everything that you want in your life just because you didn't make it happen. That's where you learn from the failure. That's where you learn from the loss. Create opportunities from where you failed. I analyze everything. I analyze every statistic. I watch the number of hits after our podcast. I watch the number of views. We're multi-channel. We broadcast on several channels. I share to multiple groups. I run Facebook ads to drive traffic. We get traffic from everywhere. I analyze everything. When I analyze it, okay, I create opportunities in other spaces because I see holes. And what can I do with those holes? I can plug those holes and I can learn from it. I can learn from the loss of traffic or learn from the loss from whatever I did. Okay? I didn't fail. I create an opportunity to take what I learned and share with other people. I believe there's an opportunity on every desk. I believe there's an opportunity in every car drive. I believe there's an opportunity every time you go to bed. If you just allow your brain to realize that you take everything that didn't happen today, anything that didn't happen today, I want you to write it down. When I say didn't happen, you said you were going to do this, but it didn't happen. You said you were going to do that, and it didn't happen. You were going to go out and make 10 sales today, and it didn't happen. You were going to go out and talk to 25 people today. It didn't happen. You were going to create a piece of software, and it didn't happen. You were going to build your business today, and it didn't happen. Okay? Now, if you don't do anything about that, yes, you failed. You failed, and you're never going to pick yourself up today, tomorrow, or the next day. Every time you get in front of something, you're going to fail because you don't have the desire, the drive, or the intuition, or any of those things to go forward. You failed. But if you take those opportunities where you didn't make it, and you create opportunities out of that of doing it better. Hey, I didn't talk to 25 people today because my goals are too high. I can actually only talk, after analyzing everything, to about 10 people a day. So, temper down that goal. Talk to 10 people a day. Now you go out tomorrow and you say, God, man, I achieved my goal. Tomorrow I'm going to try to talk to 11. The next day I'm going to try to talk to 12. Find out what your ceiling is. Everybody's got a ceiling, and you're not going to break through that ceiling until you know what your ceiling is. And when you get to that ceiling and you break through, amazing things start to happen in your life. See, you created an opportunity to do things better. You created an opportunity to analyze things so that you don't go through the same path over and over and over and continue to fail. If you will do that, if you will pay attention and don't allow people around you to drag you through the mud because you didn't do those things, but take that as an opportunity to never fail again and increase your chances of winning, then guess what's going to happen? Opportunities are going to come at you by the carloads. And you're going to continue to win over and over and over again. Without question. All you have to do is make it happen. Hey, we're going to be back in about 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. We're going to wrap this thing up with making sure you're successful.
Thank you for being a part of the Truth Guy broadcast. We look forward to seeing you Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time as Kerry shares his insight in helping you build your dream and success. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at KerryMillerTV. And of course, listen to the Truth Guy podcast on the go at thetruthguypodcast.com. And now welcome back your host, Mr. Home-Based Business himself, the Truth Guy, Kerry Miller.
You know, we've talked about losing, we've talked about learning, we've talked about failing, and we've talked about creating opportunities and not failing and creating opportunities. You see, everything's an opportunity because everything we do, there's a solution. I don't care what it is. Maybe you need to get to work 10 minutes early. There's 10 minutes earlier than you already do. There's a solution for that. Maybe you need to make some more sales. There's a solution for that. Maybe you need to increase your revenue every single month because you want to buy a new boat. There's a solution for that. Or you want to buy a new car. There's a solution for that. Or you want to send your kids to college. There's a solution for that. I don't care what it is. There's a solution for that. I don't want you to forget to join us tomorrow night. I just want to throw this in there real quick. Dina Elliott Boyd is going to join us. Entrepreneur/realtor is going to come on and we're going to talk about her life's journey from the courthouse to the world of entrepreneurism. You know, I love entrepreneurs and you being here tonight tells me that, hey, you know what, Kerry? I want to succeed. I want to increase my revenues. I want to do things that other people only dream of. And how do you do that? You create your own solutions by overcoming life's problems. We get thrown problems every day. You know, we lose over and over again. I've lost. You know, we fail. But if we create the solutions to stop the failures and to stop the losing and turning it into the learning opportunities, okay, then guess what? We will overcome every single problem that life throws at us. But we have to be willing to do that. We have to be willing to say, you know what? Nothing's going to stop me. I don't care what life throws at me. Nothing's going to stop me. You know, I love Michael Jordan's story. He could have quit. He could have never been the greatest basketball player that ever hit the court. He was told over and over and over, you're a loser. You're a failure at what you do. You'll never be any good at basketball. And look what he did. You know, Colonel Sanders. I mean, that is the most amazing story in the world. He failed and failed and failed. Nobody wanted his chicken. He was totally broke. Took his last pennies in a recipe and started selling chicken to restaurants. And look at the story that created. You see, they weren't failures. They didn't lose. They found solutions to what life threw at them. They overcame life's problems. Look at the things around you. Look at the people around you that have said, gosh, I just can't do it anymore. They walk away. They're building something for them and their families. And that's really what it's all about, right? We talked about our why in one of our sessions. It's really about that why. Why do you do what you do? If your why is true and your why is truly in your heart of hearts, and you build your business and your success rate and everything around your why, you will find every solution there is to overcome every problem that you will come to. No matter how many times you're face down in the ground, no matter how many times you feel like you just can't go on, you will find the solutions to overcome those problems. How do you do it? You analyze every single thing you do. If things aren't moving forward, come up with an analytical plan to make sure that when you're stopped at a point, you move on to the next point. Whatever it is you have to look at. And if you will do that, there is no way you will ever lose again, you will ever fail again, or you cannot overcome the situations that are before you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. I look forward to having Dina Elliott Boyd on with us tomorrow night, an amazing entrepreneur that I've been able to watch her journey and see her growth. And I look forward to her sharing that journey with you. Be here with us. I love each and every one of you. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at KerryMillerTV. I'll see you. God bless. Everybody have a wonderful evening, and I look forward to our next session.
Thank you for being a part of the Truth Guy broadcast. We look forward to seeing you Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time as Kerry shares his insight in helping you build your dream and success. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at KerryMillerTV. And of course, listen to the Truth Guy podcast on the go at thetruthguypodcast.com. And now welcome back your host, Mr. Home-Based Business himself, the Truth Guy, Kerry Miller.